Welcome to Melrose Unitarian Universalist Church. Our service today is called For the Beauty of the Earth. Good morning. Nice. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am happy to see you all here. I'm the Reverend Dr. Suzanne Intriligator, and I'm delighted to be the minister of this congregation today and most days. But today especially. It's a beautiful day and it's a beautiful celebration, and it's one of my favorites of the year. Our church is a vibrant, caring community dedicated to love and service. If you're here visiting us for the first time, we always have a greeter on duty to answer any questions you might have and welcome you. That person wears a yellow stole, and today it's Nancy Nichols. Nancy's right there in the back waving at you, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask Nancy. Our usher today is the lovely Michael O'Connor, and our coffee hour hosts are Florence Cordovano and Vincent Roger, with some help from Viva. Thank you. I also want to thank today Linda Ireland, who provided most of these flowers, the really tall ones, which are native to New England, and it's so wonderful to have them, so thank you to Linda. And thank you to all our volunteers. We couldn't put on the service without you, so thanks for your help. Before we get started, I have just a couple of announcements. Today is our last formal service of the church year here in the sanctuary, but thanks to you good people and your help, we have activities planned throughout the summer to keep us all connected as a community. Wanted to remind you of some of them. We will have a midweek update throughout the summer, so keep an eye on your email. Tonight, our pro-democracy team, along with the local Indivisible group, is hosting a free community watch party for the national program called Rise Up, Sing Out. It's a concert event celebrating and defending our First Amendment freedoms. It stars people like Jane Fonda and Bette Midler and Patti Smith. So if you want to be part of that fun event and join our team, it's happening at 7:30 tonight at Temple Beth Shalom. And again, all the details are in your midweek update. Next Sunday, June 21st, is our all-church picnic at 10:30 a.m. at Pine Banks Park. Please bring a dish to share and your own place setting, silverware and stuff, so you can take that home and maybe take some leftovers too. Fellowship will provide bagels and drinks. Thank you, Fellowship. That committee is also going to continue to host our second Friday lunches here at church, even during the summer. I love your enthusiasm, Kathy. So keep your eye on that. Today's service is a multi-gen service. That means that we are gathered together as one church family of all ages for the whole service. Our story will be a little longer and our sermon will be a little shorter, plus we'll have our beautiful flower ceremony at the end. Please feel free to get up and move around as you like. Take advantage of our fidget toys and our coloring pages that we have available today. If you find yourself too close to some rowdy people who are impeding your hearing, please feel free to get up and move around. Dan's back there being all rowdy, but that's quiet rowdy, Dan. I like it. I like it. Speaking of children, Kathy, our nursery care provider is sick today, so we don't have our usual setup downstairs. So we will have babies, of course, are welcome to stay with us throughout the whole service in all their messy splendor. Parents, please relax. We love to hear the gurgles of our youngest friends. If you brought a flower to share this morning, please bring it up during the first hymn when we're all standing and put it in one of these vases. There's still space available. If you are watching at home on Zoom, I invite you to go out and get a flower now so that you can have one to look at and meditate on throughout the service. If you can't find one, just get a plant or a blade of grass. Anything alive will do just fine. Okay, now let's move on to our order of service. If you want to I forgot that. If you want to follow along online with our electronic order of service, there's a QR code now. You can hold up your camera and it will take you there. It's on our website. People at home can go to our homepage and click on the worship box. So now it's time to greet one another and say good morning. Good morning. Turn to the person next to you and say thanks for being here. Happy Flower Communion Sunday. Thank you, Tom, for being here. Thank you, Rhea, for being here. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I call us to worship this morning with a reading by the Reverend Lisa Doge. It's called No Hothouse Flowers. No hothouse flowers, these. They were not bred for perfection, dyed and trimmed just so and arranged to order, sold in a shop, clothed in ribbons and bows. Not these. No, just like us, these blooms are hardy, raw, and wild. Grown under the sky, they've weathered the wind and the rain and the heat. These flowers drew energy from the sun and nutrients from the soil right here in Melrose. They survived pests and disease. They grew where they were planted by loving hands or by the whim of birds or the caprice of the breeze. These petals have been washed by dew, and they are glowing with the colors of the earth and the sky, colors hatched by some miracle of DNA deep within. Their delicate perfume carries in it the fragrance of the earth. No, not perfect these, just like us, only holy, a blessing to the eye and heart and soul. Now we light the symbol of our faith, the flaming chalice. Here to light it for us this morning is the Cordovano Roger family. That's Florence and Vincent and Viva. Thank you.
I invite you now to rise in body or in spirit and join me in our MUUC vision. The words are up on the screen. We envision a dynamic faith community that nourishes our liberal religious values of love, reason, conscience, and action. We foster lives of integrity, joy, and service to each other, to Melrose and neighboring communities, and to the world.
Thank you. I invite you now to remain standing and join in our opening hymn, For the Beauty of the Earth. It's number 21 in the gray hymnal. The words will appear here on the screen. Be seated.
Good morning. My name is Rhea Brown-Bright. My pronouns are they, them, and I am your Director of Lifespan Religious Education and Ministerial Intern. Now, to tell this story this morning, we need 10 volunteers who are readers. So each of the 10 will have a few lines. You'll be a different flower planted all around the front of the sanctuary up here. So I now invite 10 of you, I know it's a lot, but I believe in you, to come forward.
Dan Griscom, number 1 volunteer, always. Exactly. So we're going to start at the left. Dan, you're number 1. Go over by Tom a little bit, if you would.
So go closer to Tom. Like, scooch as far right over as you can.
Yeah, Dan, you're number 1, so we want you to the left.
Then,
Yeah, there we go.
And then 2.
And 2 is Kathy.
Yeah, 2 is Kathy. So, yeah, so go next to Dan. Everyone's 3, so you go next to Kathy.
Oh, 3 is Rich.
4.
4 is Taylor. Good, 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 good.
5. 6. 7.
Can we spread out this way a little more too?
8. You can start coming this way if it gets getting cramped, because I need to be able to hand you the mic. And then we need 2 more brave souls to be 9 and 10.
Hooray, hooray. Thank you, thank you. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay, now we can tell our story. Once upon a time, there was a spectacular garden. People came from all over to see the flowers there. During the day, all of the flowers in the garden stood quietly, tall and proud. Let's see it. That's some acting, people. Beautiful. Surrounded by others just like them, each flower believed that it was the very best flower in the garden. But at night, when all the visitors had gone, the flowers argued with one another, trying to decide who was the very best flower in the whole garden. Dan, you're first. Take the microphone.
I am the snowdrop, tiny and white and graceful. I am the best flower because I come out first and signal to all that spring is coming.
But I am the violet, tiny but with a bright purple bloom. I am the best flower because I come out early in the spring and I spread all over without any care at all, and I make the whole lawn colorful.
No, I am lavender, and I am the best flower because I attract bees, and people all over the world use my fragrance to make perfumes and soaps.
Please, everyone knows that roses are the best flower because I come in so many colors, and you can find me in all the best flower shops. I represent love. What's more important than that?
No, I, the clover, am the best flower because I am a rich food source for bees, and people need bees to make honey.
Don't be ridiculous. The daisy is the best flower because I am so cheerful and I bloom all summer long.
Come on, you guys. I am the sunflower and I can grow to be over 6 feet, towering over all of you. I am always the tallest and strongest flower in any garden, so clearly I am the best.
You are all wrong. I mean, look at me. I am a fuchsia, bright purple and pink with the most wonderful shape. Let me see, I've lost my space here. Oh, here we go. Okay. I am the most beautiful shape. Hanging downwards. The hummingbirds come to me, and people are fascinated by hummingbirds.
Don't be silly. Clearly, the lilac is the best. I have huge flowers of purple and white, and my scent is so strong and beautiful.
I come out right on Mother's Day, and all mothers love me.
I'm the proud Astor, and I am native to Massachusetts. I have been here on this land forever. More important, I feed the monarch butterflies, who are so important and so beautiful. I am obviously the best flower.
On and on the arguments went. Who was most beautiful, most plentiful, most important, most useful? Day after day, the flowers bloomed and showed off their colors. Night after night, they bickered with each other. Until one day, a strange thing happened. A child,
I am a child now,
came to the garden and picked one of every flower. So we put them up here. Let's make a bouquet.
Flowers, come with me!
The child put them all in a basket and carried them home. Then they put them together in a big vase right in the middle of the table, one glorious bouquet. At first, the flowers did not like their new home. Each one wanted to stand in the front and show off their colors. Each one wanted to look their very best. Each one was sure that the child would say that it was the very best flower of them all. Let's see some jostling, people. All right, I like it. They waited and waited to hear the child's judgment, but the child only smiled and said,
Look at all my pretty flowers.
Finally, slowly, the flowers began to look around at each other. Wow, they realized that each one was beautiful in its own way. But together, all together, they were something else entirely. In a vase with greens, the purples looked richer and more radiant. Against the yellows, the reds were stronger, the whites crisper. The flowers realized that all along, each one was the best that it could be. Each one had a particular purpose and a special beauty, and when they were gathered together, their differences shone more brightly. Everyone looked more special, more brilliant, and together they were an absolute spectacle. A cacophony of colors, a symphony of scent, a bouquet of beauty. At last, they let go of their arguing. At last, all of the flowers were happy. Yay for the flowers!
Thank you, flowers.
Thank you, flowers. Thank you so much. You may now return to your seats. Excellent acting.
You
Beautiful,
can keep your
radiant.
lines, flowers. You can scrapbook them if you'd like.
Thank you for your good listening to our story this morning. Every Sunday, even sometimes on multi-gens, we take time for a quiet meditation in the middle of our service, a time for each of us to connect again with our highest ideals, our innermost voice of integrity. So, to prepare for this time, I ask you to take a deep breath, feel yourself relax into your seat, feel your feet on the floor, your connection to the earth. Let yourself settle in. Close your eyes if it feels comfortable, and keep breathing. Let yourself feel whatever you feel. During our meditation time together, first we'll join in our centering song, and then we'll sit for a time of shared quiet, shorter this time. Then we'll share our joys and sorrows, and Rhea will lead us in a prayer. Our worship theme for June is Flourishing Together, and our centering song for the month is From You I Receive, to You I Give, which is 402 in the gray hymnal. But don't worry about it. The words will appear here on the screen if you need them. Let the song gently guide you into our time of shared quiet together. It's our tradition here every Sunday to speak to one another of our joys and sorrows, the personal milestones of our lives. We refrain from sharing announcements, but we can speak to one another about how the events of the day or the week has affected us personally. So I invite anyone who has a sorrow to share to please come forward and speak from the mic. Well, I see no other joys this morning in the Zoom room, so I will ask you, Michael, to please light the other candle as a symbol of the joys that were shared this morning and those that remain quietly in our hearts. Let the candle be for us, as always, a reminder to feel and express the gratitude that we have for the many blessings in our lives. And Rhea has a prayer for us.
Please join me in the spirit of meditation and prayer. Spirit of love, of community, of care, hold us in this moment. Hold us in the joys and the sorrows that we know are so deeply intertwined into all of our lives. There is no joy without sorrow, and no sorrow without joy, O Spirit. Care for us in these times of transition. As kids go up another grade, as we make changes in our life, we are always in states of transition and transformation. Hold us in all of that. Spirit, hold us in our sorrow. Hold us in the loss. Remind us it is okay to weep. Remind us that holding memories of beloveds who are gone during their anniversaries of death or recent deaths keeps them close to us even when their bodies are no longer with us. Soothe us and remind us we are beloved by community when we are not well. Hold us in all of it, in all the sorrows spoken and unspoken. And Spirit, celebrate the joys with us. The joys of birthdays, of community, of sibling outings, of being together in this time. Celebrate retirements and those transitions which are occurring among us, and hold us in the complexities of those feelings, for transitions can be both joyous and hard. Care for us all. Remind us we are not alone, for when we see one another, when we hear the sorrow of one another and the joy of one another, we are all a little bit closer, and a little bit closer to the beloved community that we are all aiming to create. Amen, and blessed be.
Our church is self-funded, supported by your generous annual pledge. You may also give to the weekly collection, which is split every month with a worthy group via our Giving Beyond Our Walls program. Remote folks can donate using the orange button at the top right corner of our homepage at melroseuu.org. For June, in honor of Gay Pride, half our weekly collection will go to Pink Haven. Pink Haven is a coalition of trans organizers, mutual aid groups, progressive faith organizations, and queer associations working together to create networks of safety and support for trans people and their families. Pink Haven will help them to relocate, access health care across state lines, or stay as safe as possible where they are. Our anthem today is called Healing Wish, and our special guest today is Carol Jarina playing the violin.
I'll sing the more. setting in motion an ancient kind of love. May you be well, may you be whole, may you awaken to the light that's in your soul. And when there's pain, may it never take a toll. May sorrow only carve the cup that holds your joy. Summer petals open, spreading with devotion, ever interwoven, the soil and the roof. Dark beneath the forest, breathes a whispering chorus, singing mercy for us through every fragrant bloom. May you be well, may you be whole, may you awaken to the light that's in your soul. And when there's pain, may it never take a toll. May sorrow only carve the cup that holds your joy. May you be well, may you be well, may you awaken to the light that's in your soul. And when there's pain, may it never take a toll. May sorrow only carve the cup that holds your joy. May sorrow only carve the cup that holds your
That was so lovely. Peter, are you okay? I'm sorry. I made you stumble. Oh, well, my friends, it is literally time to stop and smell the roses. Do we have any roses today? Oh. Oh, good. Yay, thank you. That helps with my silly little saying, metaphor, whatever it is. I'm just wondering, can you actually smell the flowers from where you are? Little. Well, either way, it's a good moment to stop and take a breath and try to be present here, now. It's our tradition here to celebrate the flower ceremony on the last Sunday of the year. It's a moment to do two important things. One, acknowledge this moment. Stop and notice the turning of the year. Let's look back with gratitude at all we've accomplished as people and as a community so then we can take a fresh step forward together. Second, in this homily, I must also lay the groundwork for the flower ceremony itself, which is rich in symbolism and history. Though it appears simple, this ritual is actually deeply connected to many themes in our own lives. For the ceremony to have its full meaning, we must take just a few minutes to remember and reflect. It's a lot to accomplish in one little homily, so let's get started. First, and I don't say this often enough, especially from up here in the pulpit, but as I reflect on this, the end of my 8th year as your minister, it is really such a privilege and an honor to serve this congregation. When I look at our kids, especially now when they're all moving up a grade, we have a few of them here today, but I see them throughout the year, and it's so obvious to me how much they've grown and changed and matured in the past year. They're like sunflowers just shooting up every week. But when I look at the adults, the growth is a little less obvious to the naked eye. Y'all don't shoot up. You grow slower and sneakier. I thought you were with me. I was thinking of vines that grow along the ground, or like night blooming jasmine, it only blooms when no one's around to see, but it very quietly fragrances the air, and it's there for everyone to enjoy. I see it. I see the growth of people in this congregation, and it's important to just stop and acknowledge it. I see it because it's my job and my calling. I get to see you all Sunday by Sunday, meeting by email, email by email. I see you all grappling weekly with all the hard things of everyday life, illness and worry, family and jobs, plus all the hard things of church life, fundraising and decision-making, planning and cooperating. I need some water. And it just astounds me all the time, constantly, how often so many of you manage it all with such kindness and grace. Y'all are gentle and truly good at heart, and you inspire me to grow and to be a better person. This past year, even with all the turbulence and uncertainty in our world, you all managed to pledge even more. Your quiet and consistent commitment to this home of ours that we share is really beautiful. Plus, under the careful and mature leadership of our outgoing president, Liz Folzer, the board has managed to take on several tricky, long overdue tasks, including how we manage conflict with one another and how we make decisions about our building and grounds. In addition to a major renovation in our offices, we've also started planning how we will replace our boiler and overhaul our parking area. Now, I know these are tedious details, and maybe you're thinking, that's too tedious and mundane to mention from the pulpit, Suzanne. But these are exactly the kind of tedious details that really tax us, that can be really difficult. This is truly some of the hardest work that churches or human organizations anywhere do. And I mention all these things here to tell you, in case you didn't know, that your lay leaders are exactly the kind of people you want making these kinds of decisions. They are beautifully patient and mature, and yet still somehow decisive. We've done hard, important work this year, and when I reflect on it, I feel my heart just welling up with warmth and gratitude and love for this place and for its future and for everyone here. With all that's happening in our world, it's good to have this home, this stable, comfortable place where we can all feel safe and we can all feel loved. Yes, my friends, it is time to stop and smell the roses. So now let's talk about the flower ceremony. For anyone who's ever really looked at a flower, ever really taken the time to look inside, to touch, to smell, a flower is a miracle, an everyday miracle. The Buddhist teacher Jack Kornfield wrote, "If we could understand a single flower, we could understand the whole universe." Did you know that it took nature 100 million years to evolve the flower? For most of Earth's history, plants were just green and they were pollinated by the wind or the water. But at some point, about 100 million years in, something happened, and scientists to this day aren't even quite sure how it happened, because flowers don't make very good fossils. Unlike animals, we can trace a fossil record, but plants don't make great fossils. So it's still a mystery, but somehow plants and their pollinators evolved together in a system so that specific animal species developed body parts and behaviors specific to the structures and cycles of the exact flowers that they pollinate. And once that happened, plant evolution just exploded in complexity and diversity, to the point that today, 90% of all plants on Earth are flowering plants, including most of the food that we eat. It is a miracle, and we must take the time to notice it and give thanks. And if a flower is a miracle, just think how even more miraculous is the human being who smells that flower. Each of us is an endlessly complex system of systems. And that took even more millions of years to evolve. And it's still a mystery, just exactly how our brains can register all the colors, all the smells, all the touch feelings, and all the feelings that register deep inside us, just in the one moment when we encounter a flower. Time to smell the roses and think about how we smell the roses. And then, of course, if we zoom out our lens and think about this time and place, all of these complex humans all gathered together here, all of us with our different histories and memories, our different opinions and ideas, yet somehow we find a way to come together in community. Across all that difference, we still manage to build bonds of friendship and kinship and love. Another miracle, I think, also too complex to fully understand, but we can appreciate it. And of course, I want to mention the flower ceremony itself. So simple, and yet, when you give it a chance, really profound. Many of you know the story behind it if you've been here for a while, but it bears repeating because it reminds us of who we are and what we stand for. The ceremony was invented 103 years ago in 1923 in Prague by a Czech Unitarian minister named Norbert Čapek. Like many of us, Čapek was raised Catholic, but as a youth, he went out searching for a faith that fit him better. First, he became a Baptist preacher, but as his sermons about religious liberty and diversity of belief became more radical, he was ostracized. After World War I, under threat from German authorities, he came to the United States with his wife and 8 children to lead a Baptist church in New York. But the Baptists tried him for heresy twice. He got a little bitter after that, and he ended up leaving the church. In New Jersey, of all places, Čapek discovered Unitarianism to his great joy. Eventually, both he and his wife became ordained Unitarian ministers. By the 1920s, they felt a call to return to their native land to build Unitarianism there, and together, these two were extraordinary at it. Their church in Prague grew to 3,000 members, and it was for a long time the largest Unitarian congregation in the whole world. In the spring of 1923, Norbert was looking for a new ritual, something simple and warm to symbolize the beauty of diversity that his congregation was. On a walk in a garden, the idea came to him. Boom. So simple, but also a little miracle. For almost 20 years, Čapek led his booming congregation in the flower ceremony. But then the Nazis came to power, and they couldn't allow his preaching to continue. Americans begged the Čapeks to emigrate here for their safety. Maya, Čapek's wife, heeded the call, but Norbert could not leave his people in such frightening times. He decided to stay and stand his ground, to keep preaching freedom and religious liberty, even as his whole world was falling apart. In 1942, Norbert Čapek died at Dachau, a concentration camp. His wife Maya stayed in the US and served several churches here in Massachusetts, where she celebrated the flower ceremony, and the ritual spread far and wide. That's why the ceremony is so important to us now. It reminds us that freedom, the freedom of the heart and the mind and the spirit, is who we are. The love that connects us across diversity is who we are and what we stand for. And no matter what, even when and if the worst happens, love lives on. Our ideals live on in the people we touch, in the communities we build, in the rituals that we practice and pass on. Just like the flowers, we are only here on this earth a short time. But if we live with love, the beauty continues down through the generations. Let me end my little homily with the words of Norbert Čapek. It is worthwhile to live and fight courageously for sacred ideals. Oh, blow ye evil winds into my body's fire. My soul you'll never unravel. Even though disappointed 1,000 times, or fallen in the fight, and everything would worthless seem, I have lived amidst eternity. Be grateful, my soul, my life was worth living. He who was pressed from all sides, but remained victorious in spirit, is welcomed into the choir of heroes. She who overcame the fetters, giving wing to the mind, is entering into the golden age of the victorious. Amen. Okay, finally it's time to actually come up and smell the flowers. I invite you, as Tom plays some lovely music, to come forward and take a flower from the vase or the bucket, not one that you brought with you. The idea is to take one that's new to you, take it back with you, and we'll do a little blessing over them when you get back to your seats. Thank you, Tom. And now for a blessing. I invite you to hold your flower up. And Rhea, would you get a picture? Just like the candles at Christmas time. That's beautiful. It looks like we're all growing and flowering together. Thank you. And I have just a final blessing. Some more words from Norbert Chapek, because he means the world to me. It's a little prayer, so I invite you into the spirit of prayer. Infinite Spirit of life, we ask thy blessing on these, thy messengers of fellowship and love. May they remind us, amid diversities of knowledge and gifts, to be one in desire and affection. May we cherish friendship as one of thy most precious gifts. May we not let awareness of another's talents discourage us or sully our relationship, but may we realize that whatever we can do, great or small, the efforts of all of us are needed to do thy work in this world. Amen. I invite you now to rise in body or in spirit for our closing hymn, the one we always choose at this time of year. It's Life Calls Us On. It's not in the hymnals, but I think you know it. The words will appear here on the screen.
Eternity.
Good job,
That was great.
everyone.
Thank you.
All right.
Love that hymn.
Please remain risen and join me in the chalice extinguishing words now on the screen. We extinguish the flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Our service has ended. After a postlude from Tom, please gather in Parish Hall for refreshments. Thank you for worshiping with us today on this beautiful Sunday morning, and happy Sunday.
And happy summer!
And before I play, I would really just like to acknowledge all the people who've contributed their time and talents to the music program this year. Richard, Elizabeth, Rich Emlyn, Alistair, and to our wonderful choir who commit every Sunday to coming in.